You feel me?
Go ahead. Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, all right. So today's topic, we all see the pounds they got. They got pounds. They got lean. They got cell phones. They got on. I see some of them got on Jordans, Nikes, Air Force Ones in prison, bro. It's looking like fun in there. My first question to you, young blood, is it fun in there, or are they just trying to make it seem like they having fun?
Well, from what I get on this end, they trying to make it seem like it's fun.
Trying to make
And
it seem like it's fun.
the thing about it, what they're doing now, man, most of them actually it's fun to them. But most of them just got in. They think this was happening. They with the homeboys. It's just like being on the street, man. It's just like being in what you call the PJs or the projects. This ain't nothing new to them.
You see how they standing in, like, I guess you could call it the day room
Yeah, that's the
with
day
all of
room.
this stuff. They not inside of a cell. They like out on the tier, right? Where are the
Yeah,
guards?
but see,
Where are the cameras? Like, no one see them taking pictures like this.
now, when I was in, I didn't see them doing all that in the day room. Now, for us seeing that
Okay.
kind of dope and everything inside the cell, yeah. But for us being in the dope in the day room doing that, I never witnessed none of that in Alabama prison. Ain't
Okay.
no way, man, because they would have bum rushed their ass.
They would have rushed right in there. Cause like,
Yeah,
bro, I've
ain't
been
no doubt.
I've been to the county jail like 12 times, right? And I saw like
Yeah.
two fights minimum, right? And
Uh huh.
the first guy he got beat up or whatever, it wasn't really enough time for him to get beat up because as soon as they start fighting, the people done rushed in there. And I'm like, where did they come from? But I guess they was watching the cameras the whole time.
Now that's a county jail. Now in prison, they don't even have cameras in prison.
Oh,
In Alabama
okay.
prison. No, they ain't got cameras in there.
Not even
Now,
in the
for us to
day room?
no cameras at all. If they
That's
got cameras
crazy.
in there now, they just got them.
That's
Yes, they don't
crazy.
have no cameras in there. Yeah,
That's
man. So
dangerous.
most of the time when guys doing the drugs and stuff like that, the
Yeah.
contraband they off inside the cell, or if they if they're in the day room, they in the cut.
Okay, so in LA, I heard a LA podcaster say that a cell phone in prison go from 4,500 to 7,500. How much does a cell phone go for in prison, bro?
Now in Alabama, now I've been out going on 11 years now. Back in the
Okay,
day,
okay.
you might can get one for about $400, 500 like
Yeah,
that.
they do actually.
Okay,
If
okay.
you're on there and you're not
Yeah,
getting
but
on
charge
there.
the hell out
Yeah,
y'all.
that's not bad. Little $400 phone. And
Oh
what's
man.
that?
Yeah,
It's
but
like
but
an
not but not but
Android.
yes, it ain't no iPhone now. It's just an old regular old. It might be a flip phone or something like that. Yeah,
A little flip phone. I mean, you could
yeah,
call
yeah.
your
A
girl.
little Dollar General phone. You can get a straight phone, but it's gonna be an Android. It's gonna be something like a one of the more Dollar General, Family Dollar,
Yo,
something like
man,
that.
June, flip the screen, man, so I can see myself on here. If I can't, man, I think I'm kicked
Nah,
off.
nah, 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 nah. We sticking to the topic right now. We sticking to the topic. We gotta leave the screen up. We gotta leave the screen up. Right now,
Dude, the
I do
topic
the
is
I
just a
do the
bunch of
I
pictures.
do look, I do you a solid. Right now on stage, we got God Soldier, Young Blood, and June Fifth North. You feel me?
You got to
I
say
got you.
June Fizzle.
June Fizzle. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Right?
But,
He said,
I mean,
oh,
hey,
shout
but
out to
hey,
Tawanda, man.
dude, I got like 6 videos right now dissing you and Noel, man.
We
Right
gonna
now,
check him out.
I made a new channel.
We gonna check
Well,
him out.
not,
We gonna check him out. We gonna
I
check
didn't
him
make a
out.
new channel, but I
Uh,
made videos because of
okay,
you. You
okay.
inspired me.
Young, we gonna check him out, guys. So the Young Blood, right?
You don't have to.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
is. I support everybody, bro. Look, my man's, it's a wobbler said they be making hibachi grills on the steps. Now, when you was in prison, did you ever see something like that?
No, I never seen that
So
like that.
where so how did people used to like cook? Let's say they want to cook like a burrito, put steak in it. How would they do that?
Now in Alabama prisons, they had just got microwaves like in like 2002 or 2003. They had just got the microwaves. Now they
Okay,
had
okay,
what you call if you like cooked you like a summer sausage, you made like a
yeah.
fireball and you made it out of like toilet paper,
Okay,
you
okay.
know, and
Yeah,
cooked the summer
we
sausage.
got
But then
Mark
they
Moore
had
in the
got
building,
microwave.
man. My bad, young blood. We got
Okay,
Mr. Mark
then.
Moore in the building. You heard?
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Mark know the microwaves had just came out. It was in the early 2000s when they had the microwaves, and then they
Yeah,
started selling like summer sauce. That was a big thing for everybody then.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so my girl, I was asking my girl, I'm like, how the hell can you bake a cake in the in prison or whatever? And she was like,
No, you
oh,
ain't making no cakes
you
in
could
there.
nah, but look, young blood, she said that you could bake a cake in a microwave. I'm like, what? Like, what are you
Over there, you
talking
probably
about?
can now.
Yeah,
You
man, you
probably
can cook
can
eggs in a
imagine.
microwave for like
I
two
ain't, I
minutes.
ain't,
You got scrambled eggs.
I ain't never seen it, but I heard I've heard people say it can be done. I
Oh,
ain't
Yeah,
that's
never seen
wild.
it.
yeah.
What you got?
Yeah,
Put the
yeah, yeah. Now,
microwave on like 3 hours? Like,
No,
yeah,
it's a
I've
certain
never seen
setting.
that done neither.
so I saw a video earlier, Young Blood and Mark now, right? I saw a video earlier of a Chicago rapper in jail. Now he was going to get his medicine, right? And
Uh,
he got I guess they didn't give him enough medicine. Like he wanted more pills and they wouldn't give it to him. So they came in, they rushed in there and they locked him up, right? Um
okay.
so all right, what I want to know is would the nurses do that? Like if you effing the nurse or she like you or something, would she give you extra medication?
Hell yeah,
Now
that'd be
you,
badass to F a nurse. Get extra
now you,
medication.
you have had guys that talk to nurses now.
And so, young boy, do you know? You said you don't know of any nurses that might have had sex with inmates, right?
Uh,
Okay, so people that never been to prison. We
Uh,
we asking the people that been to prison. That's what this about right here.
I thought we saw about a porno movie, like the
Okay,
beginning of a porn.
and so young blood do you know? You said you don't know of any nurses that might have had sex with inmates, right?
huh.
Okay, so all right. Now I'm gonna ask you something, right? And
Uh huh.
this not personal towards your religion, but this a
Okay.
question that I had in mind, right? So I'm gonna
Okay.
say it like this: do Christians and Muslims or other religious groups participate in homosexuality, gambling, and stuff like that, or is it mostly just the non-affiliates and the gang members?
Now I'm gonna speak on the Muslim behalf. Now on the Muslim behalf, we have had guys that was caught up in the gambling situation. Now, for us, the homosexuality, I don't know any of them that participate in that. Now, for us, the gambling, they call it like what the slick pick tickets.
Okay, okay.
Uh, yeah, now have, and I also have known some that to actually participate in drinking the julep, which is the prison whiskey. Now, for the homosexuality on the Muslim tip, I never known of that.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Now,
so
Mark could probably ask the ones about that, because we've been see, I only been to the max camps, and
okay,
and,
okay.
uh, and and only level 4 of us that was at limestone. Now
Yeah,
Mark
yeah.
been to more than I have, because he been like down south, and he might have a little bit more insight on that end. You know.
Right, right. No, no. I think Mark just hanging out for a second till you finish with your questions.
Can y'all
So
see me?
I'm gonna get.
Okay then.
You said what, Mark?
Can y'all see me? Cause I can't see y'all.
Nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
he
I
got
got
the
I got the
pictures up.
screen. I got the screen off
Yeah.
because I got the thumbnail up. So like,
Oh,
if
okay.
some,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If somebody watching it on they phone or
Oh,
something,
okay.
they could see what we talking about. See what I'm saying?
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I thought it was just on my end.
Nah, nah. I'm gonna turn it
Yeah.
off when we done with this, with the topic. But right now, this is just the topic. You feel me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I. My next question. So if somebody is caught doing something like that, is frowned upon. This person might get in trouble, stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yes, and
Okay,
it's frowned
okay.
upon though. Yeah, we had what was considered like the big five. That means that you didn't participate in homosexuality, gang activity, drugs or alcohol.
Okay.
These are some things that you had to stay away from in order to be in the community. Now, have we had ones that was that? Yes, we have actually had some
Uh-huh.
Muslim brothers that was affiliated in gangs and stuff. I remember one guy. He was I think he was affiliated with the Crips one time, and the email he got their mail to go in, and they had to, I guess they be off the set or whatever. How it goes, but they squashed that.
Okay, okay. Okay. So it's more like structure. Okay, I got you. All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all right, so I this is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound
Uh huh.
crazy, but how in the world do they get pounds and cell phones in there? Now you don't gotta eh, give up, like you don't gotta snitch and give up the whole operation, but like,
Okay.
is it is it
Yeah.
through is it through boofing? Is it through the guards, or like how like, you feel me? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, they get them in. When you say boofing, are you talking about in the private part? Yeah, because that's what I mean. Yes,
You mean
you
you
know.
trying to say
But now,
did
yeah,
they you trying to say did they ding it? That's what they call it, dinging. Yeah.
Guys have actually deemed. That's a more terminology. Yes, guys have actually deemed stuff in and got and brought it out. But
Yeah.
majority of the contraband is coming in through the guards. Now,
Okay.
in order
Yep.
like let's say you had St. Clair or Johnson, majority of the time how the inmates got it in, they got it in off the visitation yard.
Yep.
Because
Okay.
if you can get it in off the visitation yard, when you come off the visiting yard, they call like a little shakedown. You take your clothes off, you strip, and they search you. They tell you bend over, you got to cough. Little small stuff like that. You know.
Right.
But yes, and they had a thing now. I know guys that was dinged it, and they had and Mark and Bell witness to this. They'll put them on what they call a bucket, and
Yep.
they'll make them sit on that damn bucket for hours
Yep.
until they took a shit. You know what I mean? And
And
go through it.
Wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
tell you how
wait.
that happened. They'll put the drugs in a little balloon, tie
Uh-huh.
it up,
Yeah,
and swallow it. And then
Oh my
yeah,
God.
they'll poop it out later and then clean it up and open it up and there your dope is.
Oh my God, bro. Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, gang.
yeah,
I'm telling you,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
that's
doing
what
it.
they'll
Hey,
do.
I,
Mark,
I
Do
got a question.
remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember
I,
they had a guy that actually tried to bring like a little Derringer pistol up in his ass?
What?
yeah, and it got stuck sideways.
Yeah,
They had to take him to the hospital to get it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
A
Yeah.
pistol? Bro.
Yes, yes.
Bro,
It's
nah.
It was a Derringer 30. Now, did I
My
see that? No. But this was the word we call word on the street. The
Right,
dude got
right.
caught dinging Derringer is a little old small pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, up in his ass. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I was in my hustling days, we used to like put it under our balls. You see what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
I
yeah,
get I
yeah,
get that. You feel me? But to
yeah,
open up yourself like that, that's crazy,
yeah,
bro. So
yeah,
so this lead me to
yeah.
my next question, bro.
Uh,
All right. This is going to sound crazy too, bro, but I just want to know, bro. Is that why like homosexuals are so popular? Like because they could hide stuff inside of them, like knives and cell phones and this, that, and the third, or they not really
well,
into that?
10:02.
well, on my end, and I let Mark answer it also. On my end, the homosexual was more popular because what you call the big time sissies, they was the
Hmm.
one that actually pulled the strings in the penitentiary. Meaning that if you
Okay.
want to get something done or you want to know when a shakedown coming, these are the ones that always put you on point. Hey, they gonna
Okay.
shake down tonight.
Okay.
So and so got the dope. The sisters actually knew what was going on in the penitentiary. Whether the guards told them whatever, but they knew they had firsthand news on it. And
Yeah.
uh, um, if you mess with one of them main sisters, your ass was gonna go to lockup, and you might go to lockup
All right.
for a long time. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so that explains Reva, right? So I,
Reaver
I,
is what you call a known sissy that. But look here, I'm talking about that. Hey, knows what goes on, and if you put your hands on Reaver, you might be going to jail. And when I say jail, that means jail inside of the prison.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
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 I'm gonna ask you some. I'm gonna ask you, cause you had said that you could get in contact with people. So I'm gonna ask you that question offline. But the next question
okay.
after that, the next question after that, I was gonna ask you, what's the craziest thing you ever saw or heard of that somebody smuggled? But I guess you just said it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's her. Yeah, yeah, that's her that I ever heard of.
Yeah, that you ever heard of. Yeah, that's a wild
Singing a
thing,
damn
bro.
pistol.
A
Yeah.
pistol, bro. Like, oh
A
my
Derringer
God.
pistol. A Derringer pistol is about the size of your middle finger, and it might be a little
Okay.
bit longer than that. But it's
Okay. It's like a little
it shoot
deuce
two
deuce.
times. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. It's not well, no, it is that bad, but it's not that bad. I see what you're saying. But that's crazy, bro. Like
No, it's
that
bad for you.
somebody
For you to put a Derringer in your ass, that's bad, bro. You know, that's bad. For
Hey
real.
yo. Hey yo. All right.
All
Okay.
right.
You said you said on the visitation yard that that's how a lot of the contraband gets, smuggled in, right? Sometimes.
Yeah,
Now, I heard
yeah.
somebody say that they would get a drone. You ever heard of the drone things they got
Yeah,
nowadays?
yeah, yeah. I heard that. Yeah,
And
yeah,
they would drop it on the visitation yard and people would pick it
yeah,
up. Did you ever hear
yeah.
somebody using a drone?
Now, no, now see, I never heard of that. But Mark and I was both at St. Clair, and St.
Okay.
Clair, the way they prison guys used to, but see, they didn't have the drones back then because was in so long ago. But they actually you used to throw shit over the fence, or either
Mm,
the road crew would pick some stuff up. You had guys that could actually be on the
right.
road crew. These are the ones that can go outside the gate and work on the
Mhm.
road, and they can bring some dope in also. You know.
So it would be possible if somebody used the drone and dropped something off, or that would
Yeah,
be
I
some.
think it would. I think it
Oh,
would because
okay.
how especially at St. Clair, how St. Clair is set up. I think so. Even that damn limestone, I believe that somebody can use a drone and drop some off.
Okay. Without it being
Yeah,
detected or seen by the guards, basically.
yeah, yeah.
I get what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, cause it's
Cause
because
see,
it's in the air.
limestone. Yes, see, limestone had what they call a perimeter truck, and they had two of them. And if you actually go out there and watch, you could time them damn trucks and see when they come around.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Y'all like see prisoners, they come up with some very inventive ways to get stuff done, bro. I guess it's because they got a lot of time on their hands, so they got a lot of
Man,
time to think, bro.
well, yeah, some of the smartest folks I've met was in prison. They can take a damn radio and make a CB out there, some bitch. No shit, for
Okay.
real. They can
All
take
right.
something small and they can work with it, man. There's some talented ass people in prison.
Yeah. Nah, I seen some dude he made like in prison, he was on death row. He made like houses and stuff out of toothpicks. Like
Oh
little,
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I
yeah.
think, man, I've actually seen guys, man, make dolls and stuff out of plastic, twisted plastic, twine it up. Yeah, I've seen all type of shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Nah,
kind of
that's
call
what's
it like
up.
a hobby craft. Somebody do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of time on your hands. I mean, that's just. I mean,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
into fashion and clothes. So if I was in there, I would be trying to like make clothes for people. Like I would turn that into a
yeah,
little hustle. You feel me? But
yeah.
yeah, all right.
Limestone,
So yeah, you said
limestone in St. Clair and Dunson had it too, but they had what they call the hobby shop. And them
okay.
guys go in there and make wooden footballs, man. They make boats, they make leather belts. Oh man, they make wallets, man. You know, they make a whole lot of stuff up in there, man.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. All right, so
Yeah.
let's get into the selling the contraband part, selling the
Mm-hmm.
weed, selling. All right. Oh yeah. One question about that. Have you ever saw lean and like Percocets, or is it mostly just like weed and like what type of drugs would you see in contraband?
I've seen marijuana. I've seen cocaine,
Okay.
Sabasca strip, different
Yeah.
pills. Because see, by me working in the laundry, I've actually,
Uh-huh.
I would do guys clothes for a bag of coffee a week. A bag of coffee is what they call a red sack. So this guy might turn
Okay.
his laundry bag in once a week, and I did, make sure his uniforms clean, man, his t-shirts, everything nice and folded, put back in his bag. And when you drop this off, you dealing with some gangsters, man. That open to it. They want to stay fresh, and you might just drop the bag. Like I remember dropping a London bag off, and then man, the dude had on his bed, he had a nice little sack of weed on there. You know what I mean? And he didn't bring this
Okay.
out off the visitation yard. A guard had to bring that shit in.
Yeah. Cause man,
Yeah.
bro, in the
Hmm.
picture they got pounds. Like that's not an eighth, that's not a quarter, that's a pound of weed, bro. Like how the
Yes. Yeah.
heck? Like that's amazing that they got that much weed in there, bro. Like
It
that
comes
is
in.
crazy.
It's something now. Mark probably know a little bit more about on that tip what goes on. On the
Yeah.
hustle tip and getting the drugs and stuff in. I'll let him
Yeah.
answer a little bit more. He might have a little bit
Nah,
more
nah,
information on that for me.
yeah, I don't wanna snitch though, cause it's people still doing it. So I don't want you feel
Well,
me?
hey, look here, hey June. It ain't even snitching, man. They know how that shit getting in there, man. They know them damn. They know good and well them inmates ain't going outside buying no damn pound of weed, bringing that
Right.
crack and that dope in. They know good and well how it's coming in. They know
Yeah.
they know the majority of the drugs coming in through them damn guards. They know that, man. It ain't
Right, they
snitching,
know.
bro.
Okay. I
They
see what you're
they
know
saying.
it.
gonna they
Factually,
gonna
damn
get it.
sure know
They
it.
gonna get it in regardless. It's like being on the street. Hey,
Yeah,
you
they
watch the
know.
police. The police don't know nothing unless you tell them. Yep.
Right. Right. Nah, that's a fact. Okay,
Hmm.
so when it comes to selling the drugs, right? Are
Uh-huh.
What, yo, what up, bro? Are the Muslims allowed to do that? Are the Christians allowed to do that? And are the non-affiliates allowed to do that? Or or do you think that the best people to sell the drugs should be gang members because of like the risk? Okay,
Well,
somebody could rob you or
okay,
such and such.
yeah. Now I'm speaking on the Muslim now. I know Muslims who have been involved in drugs and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
for them doing that's a violation. Now the most
Okay.
guys that I knew that actually sold the drugs and was off into it, a lot of them they was affiliated with gangs and stuff. I knew a lot of Lil G's and stuff like that that was in there that done it. This that was their hustle. And that's how they made the money.
Right.
It's just like being out here in the street. They do their thing, man, and it is what it is. You mind your own business for real.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that would make sense. That would make
Hmm.
sense, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So these are This is like the last question right here. Okay.
Uh huh.
So when it comes to cell searching, right? Cause
Uh huh.
I'm thinking like, bro, where do they hide this stuff, and how often do they search these cells, and do people get caught? That's like a three-part
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, people get caught, and man, just to be straight up with you, man, when you in there, man, so many years, man. Sometimes the guards just turn a blind eye to it, man. It's just like being on the street, man. I might
Yep.
know a couple of guards
I think we lost you guys, but
that's in the block that's going to come through. They might say, "Hey, man, they finna search down." You can put it in your mattress. St. Clair, they got it where you used to put it down the vent. So the guards, it's just like being out here, man. If they know you, hey, man, they turn a blind eye to it for real.
they look you out. They look you out. I get
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
that's why it's a saying that that dude there convict, that dude there inmate, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Convict mean the guards know you, man. You been a while. You ain't with the bullshit. You handle your business. Long as they don't bother you, you ain't gonna bother them because
You ain't
they
gonna
can
bother me.
sue some shit. Cause you fuck
Hey,
around going there and miss some of them dudes that they hustle is about that weed or that dope, and you mess with them, hey, they can call the shot, and the guards know they can't win for real.